I made $4.7 million over the past 2.5 years filming content for just a couple of hours per week. And in this video, I'm gonna reveal my personal brand strategy and blueprint so that you can just copy it and achieve similar results. Now, firstly, for some context, this didn't happen overnight because I've been posting on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for the past 4 years. Take it back, I actually started a few YouTube channels as a kid, one around sports and then around pranks, and nothing really stuck. Most of these videos got about 10 views, in which were just my friends and family. And that's when I learned the hard truth. To succeed with long form content, and quite frankly, content in general, you have to be at least one of these two things: insanely valuable or insanely funny. Because content revolves around entertainment, value, or a mix of both. I mean, think about it. Why do you watch a YouTube video, or why do you open Instagram and scroll reels? It's either for a little bit of dopamine, that little spark in maybe your mundane daily routine, or it's to learn something. Maybe you use YouTube as a search engine to figure out anything that you need to do in your life. 8-9 years ago, and about 10 prank videos in, I unfortunately realized that I'm just not that funny. That's okay though. I told myself that I'll go the other route with content, and one day, when I become valuable enough or feel that I have something valuable and interesting to share, then I'll start YouTube again. And that's exactly what I did. A few short years later, I was pursuing entrepreneurship and making over $100,000 in revenue per month dropshipping at the age of 19. An online business model that was so cool and so new back then. I thought, this is pretty friggin' cool. People are gonna wanna learn this or know about this, and I have an interesting story and I'm up to interesting things that I can deliver. And this hit me when one day I woke up to $5,000 on my Shopify dashboard and I was like, I need to start YouTube again. I finally have something cool and valuable enough that people will actually care. So on that very day, I started my very first YouTube channel ever around Shopify dropshipping. But 8 videos in, I was right back to where I always was with creating content. 10 views, and most of them being my mom and my friends. But this time it was different. You see, I knew it would work. I knew that I had something so interesting and so cool that I could talk about and people would care. I just had to get better at the skill of creating content. So I made a commitment to myself. 1 video a week, every single week, for an entire year, and then I'll sit back and decide if it's still worth it for me to keep creating content. Now, don't get me wrong, this was a frustrating as hell process because I could have been making money, I could have been hanging out with friends or doing anything else, but instead, I found myself eating up 10 or 20 hours a week to produce that single video, in which most of them pretty much flopped. But 1 year later, I was sitting at around 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I had one video that was really starting to take off. And apart from it just being a hobby, it actually started to become a second business for me. About $5,000 per month in AdSense revenue was coming in, and easily $10,000 or $15,000 a month in affiliate commissions. And all was going well until I discovered what an info product was and started selling it. And I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel live right now and take you guys back in time so you can see exactly what I did. So as you guys can see, about 4 years ago, this was the first video that I ever posted, a 24-hour dropshipping challenge. Obviously now it's on 20,000 views, but at the time it was only at maybe 10 or 20. From there, like clockwork, every single week I pumped out a new video. I even tried stuff outside of my niche, like trying a Pokemon card collecting side hustle, because at the time, Logan Paul was really blowing that shit up. And as you can see, just a few weeks in, there were some videos that started to get some insane amount of views. But bear in mind, at the time, these videos were all flopping. And that's something so unique and so powerful about YouTube as well, is that these pieces of content are evergreen, or at least they can be, and they'll sit on your channel for years, some of which are still getting views to this day. But anyways, after about a year of posting, which probably would have taken me somewhere around here, I started to get so many messages on Instagram, just people asking me how I'm doing this stuff and they wanted to learn. And then some people were even asking to pay for my time. And so naturally, I started working with a couple of clients on a one-on-one basis. And some of these clients to this day are my business partners and friends now. One of my earliest clients' name's Courage. And today he's doing $1 million a month, and he actually just moved to my city. Another one of my clients named Artem ended up working with me inside of my info product business and scaling that. And now he's back to e-com clearing crazy numbers every single month. I hired another one of my clients named Cole, and so on and so forth. But after working with all of these clients one-on-one and getting them insane results, I realized that this was a business that I needed to do at scale, because as I kept up with the videos, so many messages just kept rolling in. And so I started researching other people and realizing that most people at the time, 4 years ago, were just selling some kind of basic course. And I was like, well, I don't really want to go the course route because online courses weren't all that valuable for me. And I really started to make a ton of money when I got my first mentor, Jad. But the problem with being a mentor is it's not really scalable. I can only charge a few $1,000s a month or whatever my time is worth and spend a little bit of time each week on calls with my clients. And that's when I discovered the group coaching model, or basically a mentorship at scale. And back then, there was only a few people doing it. There was one guy in the e-com space named Justin Wall, and he was making $500,000 a month with this model. And so I kept posting and following my weekly routine. I started to do challenges. I started to really drill into specific things like how to fix TikTok ads that aren't spending, how to build a real brand instead of dropshipping, talking about new and evolving things in the space like TikTok dropshipping. And then I posted this video, which was a how to start Shopify dropshipping in 2024. I basically just dumped all of the knowledge that I had into a 2.5-hour guide filmed completely off the top of my head, but I almost knew it was gonna go viral before I even posted it, because back then, no one was doing this. Everyone was paywalling all of this content. And I was like, if I just come in and provide insane amount of value up front, then I can really grow this mentorship model at scale, because people will realize that I'm giving away so much value. Maybe my paid stuff is even better, in which it was, because additionally to the course that we had, we spent time one-on-one with our students in the group calls. We also had 24/7 support where they could open a ticket. We also had an infinite amount of resources and things that you just can't get on YouTube, as well as a community full of like-minded individuals. And this one video single-handedly brought in $500,000. And bear in mind, this business model was running at a 75% profit margin. So I was laughing all the way to the bank after posting this. So what did I do? I posted a few more videos, and then I ran that video back in a shorter and more condensed version. After studying the analytics, I knew it would work. So I did it again in 30 minutes, and just like that, 2.5 million views and over $1 million generated from a single video. And let me show you guys exactly how this works. So if I click into this 30-minute video and I go to the analytics, you guys can see that this video generated me $153,000 USD in just AdSense revenue. And by the way, it's still getting views to this day. But what's crazy is the AdSense revenue only makes up 10 or 15% of the total amount of money that I made from this one video. And if you don't believe me, let me show you proof. So the first thing that I'm gonna show you is my impact dashboard. And back then, I was really pushing hard as an affiliate for Shopify and running all of my traffic to this platform called impact.com. So as you can see, this video was published on July 19th, 2022. Now, obviously we had affiliate commissions coming in before that from some of those other videos and the 1 million view big video that I posted that was 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna take this back to April 7th, 2022. Now, it only allows me to look at 1 year's worth of data at a time on this dashboard. So if we go to April 1st, 2022 to April 1st, 2023, we can see that in this period of time, I made $1 million and 17,000, which is absolutely fucking nuts from a couple of YouTube videos on this channel. 46,000 actions to Shopify, and every action resulted in $200, which was the commission that Shopify was paying me. Now, on top of that, I want to show you my old Stripe dashboard during that time for the group mentorship model that I was running. So I'm in my old Stripe dashboard, as you can see, outright ecom mentorship. Now, back then, during those months, you can see we were hitting $170,000, $290,000, $250,000, $330,000, $400,000 in November of 2022. And bear in mind, this is just one payment processor. We were processing on 3 different payment processors. Of course, this one was the majority during that period of time. But regardless, we were looking at over $3.5 million in 2022. So you combine that with the affiliate, that's $4.5 million. You combine that with the AdSense, which is easily $250,000. And we're making well over $4 million in a single year from posting a handful of viral videos on YouTube. Absolutely nuts. This video took me a total of maybe 3 hours to script, film, ideate, and this video alone generated $1 million worth of the revenue that I collected during that time period, all from having a YouTube channel. I genuinely believe there's nothing more powerful right now for a beginner to somewhat intermediate level entrepreneur that has made money in the online world than info products mixed with personal branding. It is literally a cheat code, because of that $4.7 million that I made, $4 million of it roughly was profit. It completely changed my life, and it broke down every limiting belief that I've ever held about money. Of course, I was already comfortable because I was making good money from dropshipping, but stepping into the info and personal branding game completely shattered every belief that I had. And from then on, I went to make millions more, and today I've done over $10 million in profit from all of my online business ventures combined at the age of 24 years old. So with that being said, I'm gonna be dropping more case studies like this and more sauce for you guys continually every week, so you can start to see success with starting your very own info product business and also starting a personal brand. Two areas of expertise that I've worked on for many, many years now, and I'm very confident that with the right person, I can get insane results like I've done for myself and continue to do so year over year. Now, I'm keeping this channel very quiet. I obviously have a main YouTube channel. I have an Instagram channel that has hundreds of thousands of followers. This channel is gonna have very little views, very little subscribers, because I'm only looking to reach a very specific kind of person who's already made some money, who's already had success, and who already feels like the info product or personal branding route is right for them and is a natural next step in their progression as an entrepreneur. So right now I'm working one-on-one with a couple of clients, and I barely have any availability or space to take anybody more on. I do plan on eventually building this into a program that I can run at a reasonable scale. It will likely still have a capacity and will only be able to take on a small amount of people every single quarter. But as of now, I want you to check out the links down below in the description if you want to get on a one-on-one call with myself, by the way. No DM setters, no closers, nothing like that. I'll hop on with you, dissect your current situation, and see if I can be the right fit to help you literally make FU money using info products and personal branding. The prerequisite to booking a call is that you have to have a high income skill already. You have to have generated at least 5 figures at the bare minimum online with your skill, and you have to be interested, willing, and ready to potentially be creating content to promote your future offer as well. If that sounds like you, I'm 100% confident that I can set you down the same path that I did to myself, unlock you ultimate time, location, financial freedom, change your life, break every limiting belief you ever held about money and getting rich, because this model is absolutely fucking insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. More videos to come. Hopefully I can be consistent in every week on this channel. If you somehow found your way to this video and you're at level 0, complete beginner, and all this stuff kind of goes over your head and you're not really interested in digital products or anything like that, I talk about beginner online business models all the time on my main YouTube channel. And maybe hopefully one day I'll see you back here for some more advanced or higher level content on this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you hopefully next week. Peace.